It's been a few years and we've had teases, but will we ever get a true G1 style gun Megatron again in the main line of the Transformers? We're going to talk about all that and the latest news this week on Transformers Talk Raw. So yeah, we're going to get into the possibility of us ever getting a mainline gun style Megatron again. But before I get in all that, guys, you can check out those great links in the description below. It's going to take you all kinds of cool stuff, including our Facebook group. We'd be real glad to see you guys there. So check that out if you haven't. Also, guys, we have our monthly giveaway coming up for September, so stay tuned to our next stream for that announcement and the chance to enter to receive a free figure shipped to your door. You just got to do a few things for me. One of them is make sure you subscribe, like that video, and comment below. Not here, but in the next short we have. And I'll announce which figure that is. It's going to be a great one, guys, and I hope you look forward to it. But yeah, let's get into it, guys. It's been years since we actually got a gun Megatron, and we know that laws have been put forward since the late 80s, early 90s, preventing toy manufacturers from actually giving us a normal replica of a toy gun. Of course, I believe that it's Section 4 of the Federal Energy Management Improvement Act of 1988 is one of these laws. It states that basically nobody can manufacture a toy gun unless it's brightly colored and or marked or have certain markings on it. There's other laws. And then even some regions and states in the United States are more strict than others, like New York City, for example. The entire toy gun has to be brightly colored, not just the tip. So, and it can be illegal, I think, in places like Chicago to brandish even a toy gun. So, yeah, they're real careful about that stuff. So it leads some to the conclusion that we'll never receive another gun Megatron in the main line. I don't think that's necessarily the case, as there's many workarounds. Is it likely? Well, we'll get into that a little bit more in here in a second. But I mean, we know that Hasbro's tried before. We got the Reveal the Shield Megatron, I believe, was the last one we actually got in the main line, which was a Legends or Core Class figure. That was a really phenomenal figure. That was a gun-style Megatron. Of course, he was massively out of scale with everything, but he was faithful. And I really think you guys should check out that figure if you're interested in, if you collect that scale and you're interested in a gun-style Megatron, and you haven't checked it out yet. And of course, we know that Toys R Us was back in the early 2000s when they were doing their official Transformer reissues of the G1. They were going to put out a G1 style Megatron, but they had to color it real brightly, and Toys R Us ended up backing out of it. But Hasbro did design a prototype that, and they it was bright orange and it was like chrome blue, and it actually looked kind of cool. But I think some folks got to calling it Safety Megatron or whatever else, but he actually looked pretty good to me. And you could have, if it really bothered you, you could have painted it, and that's probably what I would have done. But I really wish that one would have come out. That would have been really neat. But in the main line today, is it a possibility for them to give us a gun Megatron? I think it's a possibility. I just think it's highly unlikely, if you want my honest opinion, guys. We are going to get a Studio Series 86 Megatron. There's no doubt there. I've been saying it for a year now. It's going to happen. How they'll do it is beyond me. Now, could they give him one that with a... It's going to put strain on their relationship with certain retail outlets, like your Walmarts, if they do this, because Walmart doesn't want to carry anything like that. They've actually stopped carrying certain airsoft guns and stuff, Walmart has, because of their cautiousness, because of their concern about these gun laws. But we know that, excuse me, we know that they could easily include an accessory piece, for example, if they just gave us a basic or a simple retool of, say, the Siege Megatron mold into the Studio Series 86. They could make him something in maybe that shape without going directly into a gun. I don't know. They could put something, they could just make the robot mode really great, knock off the tank parts, have them transform into something vague, and then give us a smaller version of his Walther self. I think they could do that. What I think they're likely to do is just give us a really nice repaint of the Siege, a Megatron, maybe just like the Studio Series cell, maybe a small retool, and give us a little 5mm port Walther that you can put in a Seeker's hand or something like that with him. And he could probably just turn into a tank again. That's what I think they're most likely to do. We are going to get a Studio Series 86 Megatron, there's no doubt. But again, that likelihood of them giving us a gun in today's world is very low. I mean, we see all kinds of... When those gun laws in the United States were more lax, we did see all kinds of accidents involving toy guns and things like that, and kids being injured playing with those for multiple reasons. Now, however you feel about that issue is kind of besides the point. We're just talking about the possibilities of us getting a toy gun Megatron, a Walther P-38. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think. We're going to have a word about our sponsor, and then we're going to get in the latest news. Let me take a moment to let you guys in on the newest, coolest spot to shop online for all your Transformers needs, Planet Toys. With great customer service and fast shipping, not only do my friends at Planet Toys carry a wide selection of Transformers, both new and vintage, but the guys at Planet Toys are trustworthy because they're fans and collectors, just like us. So stop supporting big and personal online toy stores and click the link below to head on over to Planet Toys. And remember, when you choose to shop with our sponsor, you're doing much more than buying an awesome buy. You're helping to support Transformers Talk Raw. So click the link below and head to Planet Toys now. And big thanks to our sponsor, Planet Toys, for continuing to provide our giveaway figures. So to start us off in this week's news, we have additional Commander Class 86 Magnus pictures in hand. Of course, he's seen here with various other Mad Guy in the past, such as the Masterpiece version and the Siege, I believe. Yep. So, I mean, and guys, I know a lot of people are looking forward to this Magnus, and I'm not here to rain on anybody's parade, but to me, this figure not only was it entirely unneeded and a waste of this year's Commander's Class slot, because we've gotten so many solid Magnuses just over the past few years. Of course, we had the Combiner Wars one, which was great. And I've talked about this stuff before. And we got Siege, and then we got Netflix, and then we got Kingdom. So we really didn't need one. And those recent ones were completely in scale, in my opinion. Now, think what you like about the Kingdom, but I thought the Siege Magnus was very good. He wasn't a perfect Earth mode replica of Magnus, and he did have the white inner prime, but you didn't have to use that feature if you didn't want to. But this one, and I'm not really trying to get you to like the others over this one. It's just this one, you can see it here, he's out of proportion and out of scale. If you look at him compared to the MP, his shoulders are just as wide, if not more wide than the MP's. But the MP is so much bigger. There's something wrong there, guys. And I don't necessarily think a lot of people said his legs are too short. I don't think this one's legs are too short. I just think he's so wide. And they say, well, he had to be that wide to be able to transform into a truck. Well, that's not true. They've done so many Magnuses and they weren't that wide. I don't understand it, guys. So, I mean, if you like this figure, good. If you're looking forward to it, fine. But I just think it was entirely unneeded. Think about how many figures they could have given us in this year's Commander Class slot over him. 6-shot, a new 6-shot. How awesome would that have been, guys, at Commander Class? Atlas. They could have given us a Commander Class Atlas. That would have been fantastic. There are so many characters they could have done. But, yep, another Ultra Magnus. I just don't think we needed it. And I, for one, didn't want one. But anyhow, guys, if you're looking forward to it, those are additional pictures. Of course, we have the Transformers Hall of Fame 2023 up, and you're able to vote until Monday on your favorite RID-01 character and your favorite Legacy Evolution figure. And that's, again, is going on until Monday. You can find the link elsewhere. And I don't have to post it, guys. It's pretty easy to find. Of course, we also have Transformers Earthspark official game trailers out, where you can use Bumblebee, or he's seen battling various Decepticons like Skullcruncher, of all people, and many others. So if you're into Earthspark and you're a gamer, and that looks interesting to you, and it does look impressive. I'm impressed with those graphics. I'm just not too much into Earthspark. But moving on, we also have a Legends Class G1 Swoop, which is Freyr, that's been announced. I think these are prototype pictures. I'm not going to say... It's not Dr. Wu. It's another company. I didn't do my diligence on this news part. But that's available. He looks really great. I think he looks a hell of a lot better than Hasbro's offering at the core class scale. Of course, that one combines. This one doesn't. but it is very G1 accurate, so check that out if you're into it. Also, Super 7 has announced Beast Wars figures, including a Burning Optimus Primal. And these look really great. I love Super 7's reaction line. And, they've covered so much stuff. I love their G1 reaction figures. I think the Beast Wars figures look just as good. I just think they're a little expensive. If they could price them about $15 instead of $20, I think they'd sell like hotcakes. But I just think they're a little high. Maybe you could find some for cheaper sometimes, but they do look great. But also we have an in-hand images of the Exosuit Rise of the Beast Noah. And I like the look of this figure. I really do. I think it looks pretty good for a core class figure. He's transformable. And he looks a damn sight better than the Studio Series 86 Spike. If you talk about humans in the main line. But this guy actually looks pretty cool. So if you're into him, and when I see him in Walmart, I might just pick him up. But yeah, guys, I want to actually also take this time to thank our sponsor. That's Planet Toys. So if you haven't checked those guys out, check them out, guys. That link is also in the description below. You can find all kinds of cool stuff there. Buy something if you want to help support the podcast further. Of course, I appreciate you listening in here on YouTube or on Spotify. Like this video, guys. I have my analytics show that only about a quarter of you guys are actually subscribed that listen into the podcast every week. And I do appreciate you listening in. But if you want to help to support the channel, hit that thumbs up button. Be sure to subscribe, guys, and stay tuned for that giveaway short. That's when you can enter to receive a free figure. But God bless you guys. We're going to be back next week. Until all are one. This podcast is made possible thanks to the support of great people like you. Thank you.